In parts of the online world, there emerged a subculture where viewers paid to provoke, punish, or publicly humiliate the people on camera. In Russia, this became known to some as trash streaming. Stanislav Reshetnyak, often called Reeflay, built a presence within that realm, producing content that trafficked in transgression and spectacle. On streams where audience members paid to escalate the performance, stunts and dares blurred the line between a show and harm.
One episode played out in front of viewers while he beat his girlfriend Valentina Grigorieva and forced her to sit outside in freezing weather in only her underwear in a December 2020 live stream. Paramedics pronounced Grigorieva dead as the cameras kept streaming to thousands of viewers. Law enforcement authorities later said that she died from head injuries, with a medical examination finding traumatic brain injury, cerebral hemorrhage, and multiple bruises on her body.
The Moscow region's Rumensky City Court database said the judge found Reshetnyak, 30 years old, guilty of involuntary manslaughter on Tuesday. The state-run TASS news agency reported that Reshetnyak will be sent to a maximum security prison colony.
It was not immediately clear if Reshetnyak's defense plans to appeal his sentence. Her death prompted Russian lawmakers to crack down on trash streaming with threats of jail for up to 6 years. The case raised uncomfortable questions about the audience's role in encouraging dangerous acts, about platform moderation, and about whether there should be limits on how far live entertainment can go when exploited by viewers willing to pay for escalation. It is a reminder that when performance becomes currency, real people can become collateral, and that the law and public opinion may arrive too late to undo the harm that has already occurred. Desmond Amofah, known online as Etika, rose to fame with electric energy and a candor that made viewers feel as if they were speaking with a friend. He built a community around excitement, jokes, and the kind of on-camera honesty that made viewers feel seen. But in June 2019, his content changed. Short videos and live moments began to show a man in pain, fractured thoughts, urgent warnings to those he loved, and a sense that he was very near a breaking point.
Etika from the Etika World Network, and I need your help because I have mental blocks, and you said you would help me in the stream that I did before, and now is the time. I have mental blocks, and I have 2 mental blocks that I'm tired of.
Over time, his uploads, once filled with excitement and spontaneous joy, grew unsettled. One pre-recorded video, uploaded in the small hours, carried an apology and a last explanation.
I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry I betrayed your trust. I'm sorry I pushed you all away. I'm sorry I made a clown of myself. I apologize.
Within days, Desmond was reported missing, and a search ended with the worst possible outcome. His body was recovered. His body was pulled from the East River on June 24, police said. 2 days later, the Office of Chief Medical Examiner determined that the cause of Amofah's death was drowning and the manner was suicide. Amofah, 29 years old, was last heard from June 19, according to the New York Police Department. In the weeks before his disappearance, those closest to him and the community he built watched as his tone changed, as messages and clips that had once been playful took on a different weight. When his final videos circulated, they were not sensational spectacles, but instead urgent, fractured messages from someone clearly in distress. The aftermath was a wake for an entire online family. Professional platforms debated the responsibility of viewers and hosts, and many who had laughed along began to ask themselves how to better see signs of crisis in those they followed. Etika's legacy is complicated and painful, but it forced a broader conversation about mental health, online visibility, and the care we owe to one another when a person's struggles are played out in public.
Marina Joyce that caused the internet to erupt in a frenzy. Her fans, who once admired her bubbly and playful personality, began noticing something deeply off in her videos. Her smile no longer seemed genuine, and her movements appeared stiff. Most chilling of all, there were subtle signs that she was trying to tell her audience something without saying it directly. And so began one of the most bizarre social media phenomena of 2016, the #SaveMarinaJoyce movement. Marina Joyce was a well-known figure in the YouTube beauty community, with a following that spanned millions. But everything started to unravel when viewers began noticing her strange behavior in her videos. In some clips, her eyes seemed to flicker with nervousness, and in others, her smile appeared forced, like a mask hiding something deeper. The way she spoke to her audience, once casual and friendly, became disjointed, almost as if she were under duress. It was a change so dramatic that her fans couldn't ignore it. The comments section under her videos flooded with questions. "Are you okay? Why do you look scared, Marina? This isn't you." As the days went on, the hashtag exploded. Thousands of tweets, Facebook posts, and videos flooded the internet, all focused on one question: where is Marina Joyce? Some users pointed to mysterious bruises on her arms in earlier videos. Others focused on a disturbing whisper she seemingly made in one of her uploads. A whispered plea that could only be faintly heard: "Help me." With each new video she uploaded, the concern grew, and soon the hashtag was trending globally. Fans, celebrities, and even news outlets began covering her situation, unsure of what was happening behind the scenes. It was a viral panic, and the whole world was watching. Could this be a staged stunt, or was there something darker going on? The online community was split, and the debate only made the story grow. Eventually, Marina Joyce herself stepped forward to end the speculation. In a live stream and later interviews, she explained that she was safe and well, and that her behavior was due to personal struggles that she was working through. However, the damage was done. Despite her assurances, the viral panic had already reached its peak, and Marina found herself at the center of a massive, global conversation. The incident left her with mixed feelings. On one hand, she appreciated the concern from her fans, but on the other, she realized the dangers of social media hysteria and how quickly people can turn speculation into reality. The #SaveMarinaJoyce movement may have been fueled by care, but it also highlighted the dangers of overreacting to things seen through the lens of a camera. In the years that followed, Marina Joyce continued to make videos and interact with her fans. But the incident left an indelible mark on her career. It wasn't just about beauty tutorials anymore. Her story had become part of a broader conversation about mental health, online responsibility, and how platforms like YouTube handle their stars. It also gave her a chance to speak out about her own struggles and the importance of checking in with people when something feels off. Sometimes, the truth is far more complicated than what we see on a screen. Each of these stories begins in a place we recognize. What separates ordinary content from the haunting moments we've heard tonight is how quickly a frame can shift from performance to a record of something irrevocable. We choose to tell these stories not to exploit sorrow, but to remember the people whose faces filled our screens, and to learn what responsibility looks like in a world where attention is immediate and permanent. If these stories moved you, consider subscribing to Scary Domain for more true accounts that ask hard questions about what we watch, why we watch, and how we might do better by the people behind the camera. For now, let the images you've seen linger less as spectacle and more as a reason to look up from a screen
and check on the people you care about.